Hey guys, how are you doing today? I'm so glad that you came back to see us and to learn some more about anatomy with us. Today we're going to learn about our foot and our ankle. We're going to go through the bones, we're going to go through the ligaments and muscles. So let's get started. Are you ready? First, let's talk a little bit about the foot and ankle in general. Did you know that there's 26 bones in your foot? That's a lot, and I had to memorize them all. Someday you'll get to a point where you can too, but today we're just going to talk about what they are and a few of them in particular so that you can understand them. Next, there's 4 big groups of muscles. Now, in your foot, there's a lot of muscles that we're not going to talk about, but we're going to talk about the ones that allow you to walk and to run and to move your foot around, okay? And last, there is way more ligaments and tendons in your foot and ankle than we can even count. So we're only going to talk about a few of them, but let's go ahead and get started. Our first group is the bones. So we are learning about the bones of our foot. This is a picture of your foot from the outside of your right foot. So if you take your right foot and you look at it from the outside, this is what you're going to see, if you can have x-ray vision. Our first bone is our tibia. That is the big bone that is in the front of your leg. It runs all the way from the bottom of your knee to your ankle. So we know that the tibia is the big one because we nicknamed it the tough tibia. That's how you can remember it. When you get kicked in soccer or when you fall down and bang it on the ground, you're going to bang your tibia. It's the big tough bone in your leg. Next to that is your fibula. Your fibula runs on the outside of your leg all the way down to your ankle. That bone is little, and you want to know something fun about it? It doesn't bear any weight most of the time. If you stand wrong or do something, it can be compressed a little, but most of the time when you're walking, it doesn't bear weight. So both of these bones end at the end of your leg in 2 big round knobs. Can you use your fingers and find those knobs? There's one on the inside and there's one on the outside. In that picture, you can see the one on the outside. Those are called your malleolus. We'll talk about those a little bit later when we talk about your ligaments. Next is your calcaneus. That's your big heel bone. So if you take the back of your foot and you grab it in your hand, just like this with your fingers, you're holding your heel bone. It's called your calcaneus. Next is your talus. Your talus is a bone that we can't really feel very well, but it's right on top of your calcaneus. It's what meets with your 2 big leg bones. So that's what causes the walking motion. Next are your metatarsus. You have 5 metatarsus. They're the big bones that run right along the top of the foot, the middle part. Mr. Collins circled them in yellow for you. You have 5 of those. And last, we have our phalanges or our toe bones. Did you know that all of your toes don't have the same number of bones in them? Whew, that's kind of crazy. Maybe we'll dive into that later. But they're all of the bones in your foot. Not all of them. There's a section in the middle that we didn't talk about, but those are a bunch of little bones that don't really do anything but hold your foot together in the shape that it's supposed to be. Let's talk about your muscles now. In your leg, there's a lot of muscles that do a lot of things. In your foot, there's a lot of muscles that do a lot of things. And we could never talk about and remember all of them. It would be way too much. So let's just talk about a few, okay? First, you have your calf muscle, which we in the medical field call your gastrocnemius. Whew, that's a big word. But this muscle is a big muscle in the back of your leg right here. This muscle just pushes your foot down into the ground. So if you plant your foot on the ground, push your toes really hard, and then you feel back here, right here, that muscle gets really tight and hard. That means that it's working. So let's try that together. Put your foot down, push your toes in, and push on that muscle. Did it get hard? I hope that it did. That means that it's working. Next, we're going to talk about your tibialis anterior. Your tibialis anterior pulls your foot up and in. It's a big muscle that runs from the top of your leg all the way down to your foot. So if you take your foot, pretend this is your foot and this is your leg bone, right? It pulls your foot up and in. Can you make that motion with your foot? Up and in. I bet you did a good job. So a guy that works just like that one, but in reverse, is the tibialis posterior. This muscle runs down your leg, also connects in your foot, but it makes your foot go down and in. Can you make your foot do that one? Down and in. This muscle helps us a lot when we're running and when we're walking, just like your tibialis anterior. Pitch your foot up to walk, and the tibialis posterior, put your foot down to walk with some help of your calf muscle. Next are your peroneals. There's 3 of them. We're not going to talk about all of them, but we're going to kind of talk about what they do as a group. They run from the outside of your leg all the way down behind that big bone on the left, that knobby one we found at the end, and connect on the outside of your foot. They all are responsible for either pulling your foot up, pushing it down, but all of them pull your foot to the outside. So can you do that? Can you pull your foot to the outside and then move up and down? That's all of your peroneals working. Those are some big words, huh? We have one more, but this one we can do something kind of fun with, okay? This is called your extensor hallucis longus. Do you know what that might do? That's a big word, huh? That muscle moves your big toe up. So, pretend this is your big toe. You have all your toes, your big toe, right? It just goes like this. Whoop. It's kind of silly that they use such a long word for a muscle that does that, right? I think it's kind of silly too. But let's do something kind of fun. Are you ready? If you take your knee right here, and you take your hands, and you push it right here under your kneecap, and you lift up your big toe, you can feel it move. Can you try it? Lift up your big toe. If you can't feel it move down just a little bit, and you'll find it. There it is. I can feel my big toe moving. Can you feel your big toe moving all the way up in your leg? How strange. That's pretty cool, though. Alrighty, guys. Let's talk about what's called ligaments and tendons. So these are kind of hard, but let me explain something really quick, okay? Ligaments connect your bone to your bone. Okay, so if one bone is connected to another bone by a tissue, that tissue is called a ligament, okay? If you connect a muscle to a bone, it's called a tendon. Whew, that's kind of cool, huh? In your foot, you have so many ligaments and tendons that we can't even count them all. I'm sure I couldn't count that high. Do you think that you could? So let's talk about 3 of them. So your deltoid ligament is on the inside of your foot, right here. Okay, this this ligament spans into 3 parts. So it starts at the top and then fans out, just like in the picture. There's 3 parts of it. Then there's one that kind of matches on the outside. It's called your lateral ligament. Your lateral ligament has 3 ligaments that all have names. Whew, there's a lot. We're going to talk through them really quick, but you don't have to remember them. All I need you to know is there's ligaments on the inside of that big bone at the end, and there's ligaments on the outside of the big bone at the end. Okay, the ones on the outside are called the calcaneofibular ligament, the posterior talofibular ligament, and the anterior talofibular ligament. Those are some big words, huh? But these ligaments just hold your ankle in place when you're running. That's all they do, or when you're walking or when you're jumping. They kind of hold some structure right there. So you can take 3 fingers, put it on the inside of your foot, and take 3 fingers and put them on the outside of your foot, and you've kind of got where those ligaments lay. Kind of cool, huh? Lastly, there's your Achilles tendon. It's the big one that runs all the way down your leg. It's at the end of your calf muscle, and it inserts on your calcaneus. Does anybody remember what your calcaneus is? That's right, it's your heel bone. So that ligament is really long and really big. And next, Mr. Collins is going to talk about that for you.
Let's take a closer look at the ligaments of the outside of your foot. So if you look on the outside of your ankle, you will have your lateral ligaments. These are, as Miss Emily said, the posterior talofibular ligament, the anterior talofibular ligament, and the calcaneofibular ligament. Those are some big words, but I want you guys to try to remember this for me. The anterior talofibular ligament always tears first. ATF. That's how I remember it. Whenever you roll your ankle, this is the first ligament that gets hurt. Another big one is the Achilles tendon. It's also called the calcaneal tendon. A lot of structures in the body have a couple different names. The Achilles tendon, real fun fact about that is it is the biggest tendon in your body. Can you guys feel on the back of your foot or your Achilles tendon, it's pretty big. That attaches our heel bone to our calf muscle, our gastrocnemius muscle to our calcaneus. Remember that ATF ligament always tears first. Alrighty, so let's do a little bit of review over the bones that we've learned. Do you guys remember what the bones at the tips of your toes are called? Called phalanges. And those are the exact same name as another part of your body. These phalanges. So you've got phalanges on the ends of your hands, your fingers, and on the ends of your toes. What's the next group of muscles or group of bones called? These are the metatarsals. These connect our tarsal bones to our phalanges, metatarsals. Lastly, we have our tarsals. Our tarsals make up our heel bones and just the beginning of your foot, connecting your leg to your foot. So we have phalanges on the tips of our toes, metatarsals in the middle, and our tarsals making up our ankle bones. So let's do a quick review over what we've learned today. Where else in the body can we find our phalanges? Yep, that's right, in your fingers. Where's the biggest tendon in your body? It's on the back of your heel. That's your Achilles tendon. And what ligament in the foot gets hurt most often? That's the always tears first ligament, ATF ligament. Good. Miss Emily?
Do you guys want to know a few fun facts before we quit for the day? Miss Emily Dawn loves fun facts.
Yeah.
So let's say that you walk 5,000 steps a day, which might sound like a lot, but it's really not that many at all. If you walk 5,000 steps a day, that means that in a year, you walk 1,825,000 steps. That's so many steps. And your feet do most of those work. Your hips move and your knees move, but your feet is what's in contact with the ground all the time. So they're pretty important things. Everything that we learned about today goes into walking, it goes into running, it goes into standing, all of those things. So as always, if you have any questions or you want to know anything, feel free to shoot us a message. Your parents might be able to answer the questions, but if they can't, feel free to ask us and we'll get right back to you. Do you have anything else, Mr. Collin?
I do not.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us today, guys. I hope you learned something and I hope that it was kind of fun. We'll see you next Friday at 3 p.m. for the same exact thing. Sound good? Bye, guys.